Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of standard ninth, today we are going to discuss about central nervous system or CNS. Central nervous system consists of the brain and spinal cord. The organization of the brain is extremely delicate and highly evolved. The brain is the main controlling part of the nervous system and it is safely located in the cranial cavity. The spinal cord is protected by the vertebral column. In the space between the delicate central nervous system and its bony covering are the protective layers called meninges. Cavities present in various parts of the brain are called ventricles, whereas the long tubular cavity of the spinal cord is called the central canal. The ventricles, central canal, and space between the meninges are filled with cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. Okay, very important, remember this. This fluid supplies nutrients to the central nervous system and protect it from shock. So our central nervous system consists of the brain and spinal cord, remember this, brain and spinal cord. Okay, and then the spinal cord is protected by the vertebral column, we call as backbone commonly. Here, this central nervous system and its bony covering are protective layers. They are called as meninges. And the cavity which is present is called as ventricle. And the long tubular cavity of the spinal cord is called central canal. So these are the words you should remember. Moving ahead. Okay, so now you will get to understand from here. So this is how a brain, the structure of a brain is divided. This is spinal cord. These are different parts of a brain: cerebellum, cerebrum, medulla oblongata. Okay, so you'll understand this. The brain of an adult human weighs about 1300 to 1400 grams and consists of approximately 100 billion neurons. Neurons, which is the basic unit of nervous system. The left side of a brain controls the right side of a body and right side of a brain controls left side of the body. In addition, the left side of the brain controls our speech and conversation, writing, logical thinking, whereas the right side of controls artistic abilities. So this is how a brain is divided. Okay, so here the right side, this right side of the brain, okay, it functions like controlling holistic thinking, intuition, creativity, art and music. Left side, okay, it's analytical thinking, logical thinking, language, science and mathematics. Okay, so it's being controlled by left side of the brain. Now let us talk about parts of the brain. Cerebrum. This is largest part of a brain and consists of two cerebral hemispheres. The hemispheres are joined with each other with help of tough fibers and nerve tracts. The cerebrum occupies 2/3 of the brain, hence it is also called the large brain. Its surface has deep irregular ridges and grooves which are called convolutions. Convolution increases the surface area of the cerebrum and therefore a large number of nerve cells can be accommodated. So if we'll come back to the structure, cerebrum. Okay, so this portion, cerebrum, you can see this convolutions which they have talking about over the cerebrum. Okay, called as large part of the brain or large brain. So these are the convolutions we can see, and there are number of neuron over it. So surface area, more the surface area of cerebrum, more the neurons are in the brain. Then if we talk about cerebellum, okay, cerebellum is a smaller part of the brain situated below the cerebrum at the back of the cranial cavity. Its surface shows shallow grooves instead of deep convolutions. So if we try to understand again over here, this is cerebrum, okay, over this side as well. Okay, so it's the smallest part of the brain, or called a small brain, and it doesn't have much convolutions as we can see in cerebrum. Okay, now if we talk about medulla oblongata, this is hindmost part of the brain. Okay, hindmost is back side or the lower part. There are two triangular swollen structures called pyramids on the upper side of medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata continues towards as the spinal cord, downwards as the spinal cord. So if we try to understand it from the here, so this is how medulla oblongata moves, okay, and it's get connected to spinal cord. So this is three different parts of our brain. Now if you talk about spinal cord, the spinal cord is a part of the central nervous system and it is held within vertebral column. Okay, so this is how the spinal cord is running, okay, from our brain through vertebral column. It is slightly thick but gradually tapers towards the end. There is a thread-like fibrous structure at its end. It is called filum terminal. Filum terminal. So it's get tapered. It becomes thinner. Okay, and these are vertebral. These are a vertebrae. Okay, we have many vertebrae. It's a typical vertebra. Okay, and through this vertebra they have enlarged, and this is the cavity through which the spinal cord is running. Okay, so now this table is a very important one for you people. You are supposed to learn this. It's very important. I am making star mark for you. Okay, so let us summarize the part and function of the brain. Cerebrum, control of voluntary movements, concentration, planning, decision making, memory, intelligence and intellectual activities. These are the functions carried out by cerebrum. Cerebellum, coordination of voluntary movements, maintaining the body's balance. This is an important function carried out by cerebellum. Medulla oblongata, it controls all involuntary activities. Involuntary means those under not our control. Those movements of our body which are not under our control. Voluntary movements are those movements which are under control. So that is being done by cerebrum, but medulla oblongata control all involuntary activities like beating of heart, blood circulation, breathing, sneezing, coughing, salivation, etc. Okay, these all are involuntary. Now if you talk about spinal cord, so it's conduction of impulses from the skin towards the brain. Okay, conduction of impulses from brain to muscles and glands. Functions at center of coordination of reflex actions. So these are the functions, okay, important, like conduction of impulses. Impulses means information, electrochemical signals. So from skin towards the brain, from brain to muscles and glands, and it's a center of coordination of reflection or reflex actions or reflex arc. So this is how we have finished with central nervous system. Okay, students, so go through this part. Inshallah, next time we'll talk about other part of our nervous system, PNS and ANS. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.